So, hello everybody. So we are Qover. I'm JC. I'm one of the co-founders. The other co-founder is Quentin. Quentin has worked for 9 years at Allianz, doing basically all the métiers of insurance. So he's been doing a lot of product creation. He's been doing cross-border integration. He's been doing managing operations. So a very, very strong insurance knowledge from Quentin's side. My background is more from the finance industry. So I've worked my whole life in private equity, half of it in Hong Kong and the other half in Europe. So basically, Quentin and myself, we started Qover in January last year, in 2016, and it's been a hell of a ride for the moment, so let's cross fingers. So what do we do at Qover? At Qover, we are building what we call insurance as a service. So what do I mean by insurance as a service is we are basically building the digital, legal, and insurance infrastructure that will enable anybody that has a digital layer to basically start selling insurance. So that's really important to understand. It's the infrastructure. So what problem are we solving? The reality of insurance, we all know it, it's not sexy, it's boring, and nobody wants to be bothered by it. And no final customers basically wakes up in the morning and thinks, well, today I want to buy a coverage. So how do you tackle that problem? One of the ways is to think about insurance that should be invisible and in a certain way embedded in any ecosystem, in any system. So that's the holy grail. It's basically totally frictionless insurance. That's what we need to build. So the question now is, how do we do that? And one of the ways, and the ways Qover think we should do this, is building insurance as a service. So we see ourselves as a full stack insurtech. What does that mean, full stack insurtech? Is that on one side we have built the full digital solution, so we've basically API'd insurance. That's how you should see it. We have done that all in-house. And on the other side, we are building the full insurance solution ourselves. So it means that we do the product creation fully in-house, all the legal documentation. We do the pricing in-house, and we manage the risk carriers. So to do this, we were able to get a cover holder status at the Lloyd's of London. And on the other side, we have also a partnership, a strategic partnership with Munich Re Digital Partners. So basically our mission is really allow for any business to seamlessly connect to our system. There we have a library of digital insurance products. They pick and choose the insurance products that they like, and they super easily, via APIs, integrate those insurance products in their product offering and start massively selling insurance products. So you probably have understood it, and this is very important. We see ourselves as a wholesaler of white label, and white label is important here, digital insurance. So it's a wholesaler of white label digital insurance. So as you understand, we built the infrastructure, and the beauty of the model is basically anybody can be our client in this kind of configuration, anybody. So we'd like to have essentially as clients, firstly, we like to digitalize the traditional brokers, and secondly, you guys, the insurtechs. So we say at Qover that it's insurance built by developers for developers. So the idea is that a lot of insurtechs start building the very nice front side of insurance, and we take care of the nitty-gritty parts, and we connect you to the carriers. So that's the business model of Qover. Now, what I'll show you today is we are live with one product. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. By the end of the year, we should have the full suite of motor products ready, and then we'll go European directly. And we are thinking about adding 2 to 3 different business lines on top of that. What I'll show you now is a very simple integration of our first product. It's called a motor gap product. And this is an integration that we do with a random car dealer that would like to sell insurance, but that doesn't have the insurance license itself. So let's look at our solution. So what you will see here is, so this is our gap product, And what will happen is that the car dealer simply sends an email, a lead email, to his customer. Here the customer sees his product, this can be white labeled, and he clicks on, let's say, discover the product. Here, the client is redirected to a dedicated product page. You don't know what gap insurance is, no problem. We will always do a little playful video to get transparency, explain you what the product is. Basically, the gap product, what you have to understand is that your comprehensive car insurance, in case of total loss, only pays the market value of your car, which means that the value you receive from your insurance, the money you receive from insurance, might be much less than the money you actually paid for your car. And so this is exactly the gap insurance. That's the first product that we propose. And this product is fully covered by the Lloyd's of London. So insurance is a very regulated business, as you know, so it's a very serious business, so we need to be as transparent as possible. You can see here that we explain the product flow very transparently to the customer. There is always a little simulation where the customer might play around here to see what is the financial shortfall he might face. Here he plays with the different parameters to see, well, what kind of insurance he would like to take. And he continues. Of course, it's heavy regulated, so you have to explain what happens in case of a claim. There is a document repository that is always there. We are, by the way, fully MiFID compliant. And the customer says, well, maybe let's buy the product. So here we get back to the screen that we saw. And the beauty of the model is that the lead that the car dealer sent was already pre-filled with all the boring administrative data. So it will take the client only 2 to 3 maximum questions before he can finish the purchase flow. So here he can, let's say, set a claim limit, and then he configures his product, he sees the whole thing, and he decides maybe to buy a coverage for the next 5 years. So here we will enter, and you will see in a more traditional purchase flow. You have to go through this in a certain way, but the beauty, again, is that most is already pre-filled. So here, the customer basically has nothing to do, just clicks on next. At the bottom, you see all the legal information to be MiFID compliant. You continue. Here, you have the car information. It's already all pre-filled again, so the customer just clicks next. Here, we ask you, who is the policyholder? Is it me? Is it another driver? Is it the company? Put your VAT number. So that all works perfectly. Well, for the sake of this here, let's say that myself, I will be the policyholder. I maybe type in my address if needed. So we try to make this as simple as possible, but it's not so simple. So you click on next, and at the end, you have the summary. So the legal summary that pops up. The customer just clicks on to accept the general policy conditions, confirms, and here you arrive, you certainly know, in a very, very simple Stripe payment. The customer enters his credit card data, he pays, and ta-da, congratulations, you're covered. From the second on here, and this is a live product, the customer is fully covered. Of course, all the policy documentations are sent directly via email. You have the PDFs, you can see the real contract that has been signed here. Of course, we try to make this as customer-friendly as possible, but insurance is not so easy. So this is really a simple email generation that you see here. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Our system can basically handle any non-life insurance product, so the whole P&C, and it's made to scale. So give us a little bit of time. This year, we will aggressively try to build our digital product insurance library, and to be able to really build this digital, legal, and insurance infrastructure of what we think insurance should be tomorrow. So we have a booth here. Please visit us, and thank you.